Trump's Venezuela No-Fly Zone is a warning shot, and Minnesota is standing in the crosshairs. The rest of the story, Minnesota edition. Good day, Minnesotans. On November 29, 2025, President Donald J. Trump fired off a post that lit up the internet. To all airlines, pilots, drug dealers, and human traffickers, please consider the airspace above and surrounding Venezuela to be closed in its entirety. Thank you for your attention to this matter. President Donald J. Trump. The Star Tribune called it foreign policy theater. Governor Walz's office pretended they didn't see it. Keith Ellison's press shop probably hit delete faster than a feeding our future expense report. But here's the part they'll never print. The rest of the story. That single Trump post just slammed the door on the aerial superhighway that has been feeding fentanyl, trendy Aragua gang members, and human cargo straight into the American heartland, with a nonstop connection right here at MSP. And the dirty little secret the Minnesota press refuses to admit? The same criminal playbook Trump is torching in Caracas has been running wide open in the land of 10,000 lakes for 100 years, and the Walz Ellison machine is holding the door. Let's roll the tape. 1920s to 1930s, St. Paul runs the O'Connor system. Cops on the pad. Safe houses for Dillinger and Babyface Nelson. Capone's boys kicking back a cut of every hijacked truck of Canadian whiskey. Brings revenue to the city, they said. 1980s, farm credit crisis, billions in relief loans disappear while family farms get auctioned off. Vital ag revenue, they called it. 1990s to 2000s, Tom Petters builds a $3.65 billion Ponzi empire out of Brainerd, posing as a job-creating hero while grandma's retirement evaporates. Economic growth, they cheered. 2010s today, the new racket is nonprofit aid and remittance reform. DFL legislators grease the skids for unregulated money transmitters. Walz signs the Money Transmission Modernization Act in 2023. Basically a love letter to Hawala operators. Result? Over $1.7 billion wired out of Minnesota in 2023 alone. More cash than the entire GDP of Somalia, much of it skimmed from ghost autism clinics, fake daycare meals, and housing stabilization grants that never stabilized a single house. The hub? MSP Airport. Suitcases stuffed with cash, no manifests. Straight to Mogadishu and Dubai, then on to Al-Shabaab training camps, the same airport that quietly waves through cartel-connected flights while the rest of us take our shoes off for the TSA. Feeding our future? $250 million stolen. Autism fraud? $192 million and climbing. Total take so far? North of $1 billion and counting. And who's been caught on tape telling the grifters Walz agrees, this piddly stupid stuff running small people out of business is terrible? None other than Attorney General Keith Ellison, the same guy whose campaign took donations from some of the very players now under federal indictment. Meanwhile, sanctuary policies spring Venezuelan gang members the day after arrest. Hotels in Brooklyn Center and Richfield turn into pop-up brothels, and fentanyl deaths in Duluth are up 20% this year alone. The press? They write glowing pieces about remittance revenue and cultural enrichment. They bury the overdose stories on page 12. They call anyone who connects the dots a bigot. Trump just shut down the Venezuelan Skyway because he sees the racket for what it is, organized crime wearing a government uniform. In Minnesota, the uniform is just a little nicer, North Face instead of fatigues, but the racket is identical. So here's the page from Today, Minnesota. The same president who just told the cartels not on my watch is showing us exactly how to clean house. Day 1. Parrish administration actions to dismantle the syndicate. 1. Executive order grounding all bulk cash courier flights at MSP pending federal RICO review. 2. Immediate forensic audit of every state contract, grant, and nonprofit payment over $100,000 since 2019, led by an independent special prosecutor with full subpoena power. 3. Termination of Minnesota's sanctuary state policies and full cooperation with ICE detainers, no exceptions. 4. Freeze and clawback of all remittance licenses operating under the 2023 Money Transmission Act until every transaction over $10,000 is traced end-to-end. 5. Creation of a Minnesota Organized Crime Task Force, state troopers, BCA, retired feds, and whistleblowers, reporting directly to the governor, not the compromised AG. 6. Public release of the Feeding Our Future Ellison tapes in full, unredacted, with criminal referrals where warranted. Because if a New York billionaire can see the syndicate running Venezuela from Mar-a-Lago, a retired Navy intel officer and lifelong Minnesotan damn sure sees the one running St. Paul from right here at home. And now, you see it too. This is Phillip C. Parrish, Republican candidate for governor in 2026, reminding you, Minnesota nice is wonderful. Minnesota naive is over. Good day. And God bless the fight to take our state back. Parrish4mn.com.